Just want to start today's show, folks, by paying our respects to the Anzacs. It's a massive part of Australian history, and the freedom that we have today as a country, both Australia and New Zealand, goes down to them. They sacrificed a lot over on Gallipoli a long time ago. And today we're recording on Anzac Day, which is a public holiday here in Australia. And it's a good day to remember them and the sacrifice that a lot of young and old soldiers did. So thank you to people currently serving, past and in the past and in the present. Yep.
It's an awful thing that... Stop!
Sorry, kind of just looks at me like, what do I say now?
No, it's just like, it's an awful thing that happened. And I just watched Saving Private Ryan and I thought it was horrible.
Definitely an American war movie.
Sorry,
that's okay.
I'm laughing because this is the second take and I already said all this shit. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh through the Anzac Day segment.
I didn't hit record on the audio.
That's okay. Obviously it's war is awful. And thank you to all the brave ladies and men out there who did that.
And still are.
Yes, to keep our borders safe from those pesky spy drones in the ocean.
What, the Russians?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
when
fucking
are you going to do a
Russians.
video on that one time?
On Russians?
Oh.
50% cat.
No, you were going to do... When are you going to do a documentary on the Russian spy thing in the water in the WA coast?
We were going for funding in this initiative thing that was going to be about a Russian...
That was it.
Spy.
That was you, right?
Down in Albany, there was some Russian stuff, and we got to go through the whole research stage, which was awesome. We got to go into the state library and get artifacts out, reading telegrams from like the 1900s.
Oh no!
The Russians are coming.
Oh no!
Vladimir Putin is still president.
Vladimir Putin. You know they have people outside the voting polls checking what people vote.
That's so dog.
So it is a democracy. But it's not really.
It's a fucking vidocracy, mate. Coming up on today's show, guys, we're going to talk about season 1 in a second, and then we're going to go on and we're going to do another version of Upgrade and Delete, Australia's new favourite segment, the worldwide phenomena.
Worldwide premiere.
We're going to be reacting to your hot takes about the Doctor themselves. Then we're going to go on and talk about that new Beatles cover for Doctor Who magazine. They don't look like the Beatles. Is it good? Is it bad? We'll upgrade and delete that shit later on. And then we're going to move on to our review for the Sarah Jane Adventures season 1 finale, The Lost Boy.
And also giving you our entire score for season 1.
Oh, fuck. I forgot we have to do that.
Sorry, Aidan.
God damn it.
Get out that calculator.
I know. Got to get a calc out, mate. Season 1, mate, just around the corner of Doctor Who, not Sarah Jane Adventures. Just around the corner, mate. About 2 weeks away once this episode drops, I think.
Yeah.
How are we feeling, mate? Where's the hype levels at?
I'm very excited, man. I've been rewatching those trailers. There's a little bit of murmurs down the pub that this show's going to be fucking ooge.
Who down the pub? Is it you?
I bring it up. I do. I was down there the other day with Dad's boys, and I was like, "Have you heard the good word?
Have you heard of the 50% Doctor Who podcast?"
Well, that as well. That comes as like a package, I think. Don't tune into the official Doctor Who podcast. Tune into this.
Higher rated.
In my eyes, we are. Yeah, higher rated. In my eyes, we are the official Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I'm really keen for that 2-episode premiere.
You weren't a while ago. What shifted?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just suddenly become keen for the 2 episodes.
I think that
is it because Devil's Cord looks so good?
I lined up a little bit. The past, and you're living in the past.
The past in the past.
Okay,
it's a day of remembering.
True. I'll let you live in the past today.
Thank you, sir.
I guess I was a bit like that, but now I think I'm always hesitant when it comes to a new season of Doctor Who. I'm also very nervous, but I do feel like either this will be a spectacular success or a spectacular failure. And I don't want it to be a failure, but I think I'm ready for it to be a success. I'm ready for this show to be great.
And we're gonna be here talking shit the whole way through it. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Tell my dad I told you so about this show.
What about our pod?
Yeah, just because it's what? A lot of time Dad's like, why don't you have as many subscribers as your friends? I was like, I don't know, Dad. I don't know.
Blame Aidan.
I blame Aidan. But no, I am very excited. And you know what? I also watched week by week. I watched it with my family, all 4 of us, and I never do that ever.
You're gonna be with season 1, right?
Yeah. So we watched all 360 episodes together. And we watched the Church Movie Road together, I think a couple of days after Christmas. But yeah, I think it's fun to get the family together. I know it can be quite, it can be nails on a chalkboard sometimes. I know you had a little bit of that with like, you know, your mum being like wobbly on it was like too confusing and stuff. And it's
no, the worst thing about it is showing people stuff and you know it's cringy.
No, I
so
know,
like moments in the Star Beast, I'm not going to go through them here, but you know, there's some obvious cringy
something
moments.
a male presenting Timler would never understand.
There's that, like Donna when she regenerates and it looks terrible, like that stuff. Like when I showed my mate Dan, he just laughed when Donna regenerated, and I was like, I'm sorry.
It's hard to
because it's bad.
I did think for a while. I was like when I watched Starbase, I'm like, I don't know if I want to show them. I don't think I can go through it.
My friend said it's the worst episode of Doctor Who he's ever seen.
Starbase? Yeah, I do want to do this video where I rewatch all 4 episodes, and that episode is just like, yeah.
It's not good. Anyways.
What about you, though? What about you? You excited for season 1?
Yeah, I'm keen, mate. I'm keener than a bloody dog wants his dinner. I'm going to eat that shit up.
Nice. That's a good allegory?
Allegory? Analogy?
I don't know.
The weird thing for me is like I'm like really keen for episodes 2 and 3. I'm not that fussed about Space Babies. It looks good. Like I'm not mad about it. And
I hope it's a sleeper hit.
And I hope so too. And like the rest of the season, like it all looks good, but it's like 2 and 3. That's the ones that I'm like super keen for. So I might just tap out after Moff's episode, after I've eaten my hat, and just not watch anymore.
So I mean, I just think it's kind of ironic that you're saying that, but you know, you were like, Steven's not coming back, and now you're so fucking keen.
There's a difference between me saying Steven's not coming back.
Keep talking.
And I want Steven back. Connor's just left the room. Oh, he's turned the light on because it's getting dark. Oh, you're a good little puppy, aren't you? Woof woof, wag your tail.
Excuse me, I'm a puppy.
I've also got like weirdly excited for Rogue all of a sudden. I don't know why. It's just like hit me. I'm like, go, yeah, so Bridgerton, yes.
Oh, this is so Bridgerton.
So Bridgerton.
I think I'm very excited for 73 yards. Is that it?
I think so, yeah. I always get the number wrong. I think sometimes I call it like 40 yards, 44 yards, 44 homes.
That I'm very... Because I think we don't know a lot about it. And then I think also the dot and bubble, I think. Russell said that it's kind of similar to Wild Blue.
Yeah.
Which notoriously... It's probably one of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who, to be honest. So yeah, and we'll be here, folks. We'll be here.
We'll be here every fucking week.
You
better make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a bloody second of it.
If you want to see just skeleton people, just like
deceased,
just like living off no sleep, then please subscribe.
From a skeleton, you'll be able to see the dogs in me.
Baby, all the dogs in you.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I've got some social ideas, some stuff I want to do when the new season's coming out. So I'll have some like exclusive online posts and things going on for that.
This is news to me.
Oh, it's nothing huge, mate. It's nothing huge.
Please tell the audience.
But I do need you to post it on Instagram when it happens.
I'm notoriously so great at posting on Instagram. You tell me to do it.
Hit that thanks button if you want to donate to us. You can donate to us over on the Ko-fi as well. Bit of movement in the Roadcaster. I'm not going to say anything, but bit of movement.
This is news to me.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to support the channel, it all goes back into the channel. Not earning a bloody penny off this. We're spending pennies on the channel at the moment.
Yeah, that is true.
So yeah, feel free to do that, and you can give us a 5-star review on Spotify.
We're currently higher than
ever
the
before.
Official Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we just want to keep it being the best podcast we can be. It helps us get more guests and things like that. So yeah. That's that. On TikTok, at 50 Doctor Who as well. Fuck that. We have so much stuff to say at the start there, don't we?
Does that is that old chestnut still going?
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bit bored of editing the shorts, to be honest, though, so I sort of stopped. I'll bring it back for the new season, but I just got bored of editing shorts, so...
That time in our lives is going to be insane, but I think we're going to get to the end and be very happy.
Yeah, I hope so. When we have 1 billion subscribers, let's go on to Australia's brand new favourite segment, Upgrade and Delete.
Upgrade in progress.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Stompity stomp stomp.
Upgrade and delete is when we ask for your opinions on a certain topic and then we upgrade your opinion or we delete your opinion, okay? Next week, we want you to write in just whatever you want about season 1, all right? You can tell us what are you most keen for? What does season 1 need to do for it to succeed? What are your theories? Anything season 1, either write it on this post, write it on this video. I'll have a post coming out on the socials later in the week. And we'll react to them online and we'll either upgrade them or delete them. Upgrade being good, delete being you're a little bitch and your opinions are bad.
Wow. That's a way of putting it.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
So this week we asked for your opinions on the Doctor. Basically your Doctor hot takes.
Just the Doctor in general.
Just the Doc.
Just the Doc in
Just
general.
the Doc themselves, man. All right, so let's run through these. I'll read them out. You give me your upgrade or deletes.
All right, let's do it.
Then now that's what I call comedy podcast. Good old...
Jeremy.
No, it's not Jeremy. I was going to call him Jeremy as well.
Jacob.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Too many J's, mate.
Sorry.
Just Jocelyn. Good old Jacob says 10 is overrated. 12 is the GOAT. 9 works brilliantly as a one-season Doctor.
A lot to unpack there.
A lot.
10 is overrated. I'm going to say delete on that. 12 is the GOAT. Upgrade. 9 is brilliant as a one-season Doctor. Do you know what? As much as I want to see him in more, I think that's kind of what the magic is, so I'm going to give it an upgrade.
I'm doing the same as you. 10, yeah, maybe like a fraction overrated, but he's still the GOAT. Like, he's still the GOAT. But, so I'm going to...
But 12 is the GOAT.
I'm going to delete that, but 12 is the actual GOAT.
Yeah.
Upgrade that, and Eccleston doing one season, perfect, upgrade that. The actual Jeremy says, not sure if this falls in the right category, but in my opinion, Jodie has the best first/post regeneration scene. The cinematography, lighting, and acting are all amazing. The ring hitting the floor, brilliant. And dare I say, it might even be her best scene.
And it's the first scene.
And it is the first scene. What's your take on this one, Connor?
I'm sorry, Jeremy. I know you're probably going to hate me because I keep deleting your shit, but I'm going to delete that.
Really? You don't like that scene?
Why is that?
You don't like the fact that the first thing a woman doctor does is crash the TARDIS?
That is pretty funny. It doesn't help stereotypes, does it? No. I just don't really love that era, and it just reminds me of it, so I'm going to say delete. Sorry, thank you.
I'm upgrading. I think it looks beautiful. I think it like seriously looks amazing. I wouldn't say it's Jodie's
amazing.
Wouldn't say it's Jodie's best scene, but it's a good scene. And then the TARDIS crashes and the CGI goes shit. But like that initial moment, the ring hitting the floor, the slow mo, the light through the fog and the haze, all looks insane, amazing. I think I was trying to say insane and amazing. And got insazing.
I think like
Rachel Taylor did great.
POV shot of touching the...
Oh yeah, and then it looks up to the screen. You can see a reflection on the screen. Very cool.
Ooh. That's an interesting piece of score to play there.
Well, I think that's like Murray's outro. You know
see, he hit the dusty trail.
And then came back.
And then came back.
And came running back.
And then came running back.
After Sigourney O'Connor's one night stand. Adam.
Yeah.
Adam. Also known as Adam.
Yeah.
Says... the 14th Doctor is just the 10th Doctor in a new suit. Yeah, I think like people looking for all these similar like differences between the Docs. There's obvious ones being he's older, and I think the performance reflects that a little. But like I'm upgrading that. I think he's basically the same Doctor. Russell can write, "Oh, I say love now, do I?" as all he wants. He's still the same Doctor.
I love now, do I?
Aaron.
Upgrade. Yeah.
Upgrade. Aaron says, I really think that 13's arc should have been fleshed out a lot more. At the end of season 12, I wanted them to go all in, explore that more. We got tiny nuggets in flux, but it wasn't properly fleshed out by the end of her arc. I'm hoping that it gets explored more soon.
Upgrade.
Yeah, upgrade, man.
Absolutely.
That's instant upgrade.
It felt half-baked.
The most missed opportunity in Doctor Who is doing something with the most controversial arc in Doctor Who.
Wasn't that what Russell's doing?
Well, I mean, he did some character beats. Whether or not we get more of that in the future, I don't know. But, like, yeah, we've said this many times before. Chris Chibnall threw the Timeless Child grenade in the room and then ran the fuck out of there. Whereas it would have been, I think, like, braver and more interesting to throw the grenade in the room and stay in there as it blows up. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Kamikaze that shit.
I do think Russell has been saying heaps that the Timeless Child storyline is going to be really...
Yeah.
Whatever. Really? Why? But okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to deal with it when it happens.
I think that's why, I mean, we'll come back to sort of favourite Doctors in a sec, but I think for me that's why 13 is sort of at the bottom. It's not because Jodie's bad. It's because we don't get these big every time they teased a bit of character work, we never got it fulfilled.
No.
And so it's like this Timeless Child stuff, we saw how much it could affect Jodie or the 13th Doctor, but we never got to see that culminate into something, and that's a massive missed opportunity. So
Absolutely.
upgrade.
Yeah, I feel like everyone probably would agree with that.
I think so. The Cosmic Hobo says, Ten's episodes were better than his Doctor. He's pretty overrated, but his episodes are fantastic. Also, Colin Baker is super underrated in all areas. Costumes, episodes, characters. I feel like people just don't get him.
All right, so 10's episodes were better than his Doctor. He's pretty overrated. His episodes are fantastic. I'm gonna delete that.
Right.
But Colin, I'm a huge stan of, and I completely agree. Although I haven't seen all of his episodes, I've seen a large majority of them, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, you've seen most.
I've seen all of 23.
23, yep.
I've seen all of 23, and I've seen a majority of our episodes, and I love him. He's one of my favourites. I also love how Shooty did that. Was it GQ Britain? I don't know, but he did the whole breakdown of like all the Doctors, and he.
Oh, I watched that. Yeah,
he mentioned how. I wouldn't. Maybe it wasn't an inspiration, but he did mention how Colin Baker had like the most eccentric outfits.
Yeah.
Until.
I loved when in that video, sorry, sidebar, when he's talking about John Pertwee and just like how much he fangirls over John Pertwee.
Yeah.
It was great. It was like John Pertwee.
Yeah, he loves
so good.
That leads me to believe that he must have done some like cool research and
I reckon.
watched some episodes and been like. To be fair, I liked John Pertwee before it was cool.
So I kind of love saying this. He was like, "Oh, so you've been watching Baby Reindeer lately?" And I said, "Yeah, man." And he said, "Oh well, I watched it before you." Didn't even ask me like, "Oh, what do you think of it?" Anything like that.
I saw your tweet.
It was just.
I saw your tweet. I don't have to ask you what you thought about it. I already know. And by the way, I do it because it annoys you, and it worked.
Yeah, it did. I thought this fucking twat. 10's episodes being better than his Doctor. I don't know where all his 10 slander's coming from at the moment.
Yeah, well, is it the same guy?
I think he does have great episodes, and that. Yeah, it's great. Thanks for bringing in some more light. It's getting a bit dark on the camera. I'll fix that in a second.
Is it the same guy who says that?
No, this is different people.
What's with the 10 hate?
I'm going to delete 10's episodes being better than his Doctor. I'm going to upgrade Colin being fantastic. Colin is misunderstood.
He is.
I stand with Colin.
He's honestly one of my favourite Doctors.
Yeah. So upgrading that one. All right.
Mr. Beaver.
Mr. Beaver returns. Wilfred Beaver. And follow up. Wilfred Beaver hit us up to let us know that his name is Wilfred Beaver.
Oh, no.
It's not Beaver Wilfred. It's Wilfred Beaver.
Okay.
And he's not just trying to put vagina in his name.
Wait, where was this? I didn't see this.
On Twitter.
Did they reply?
Yeah.
Did they get back to you? And
Yeah, they
say,
laughed.
I'm sorry.
Connor made fun of your name, Mr. Beaver.
It was a great name. It was a great bit. I love your last name.
Yesterday, last week on the pod, when we go Mr. Beaver, all I could hear in my head was Mr. Holmes. Ha 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 ha. As Strax walks away. Fucking classic.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sure. Wilfred Beaver says, in my opinion, what makes a good/unique Doctor is if they influence the story. For example, Ruby Road could have been so different with 12. With this in mind, I think 11 might be one of the weaker Docs. He has great character beats, especially with companions, but he feels like a placeholder Doc at times. Interesting.
I didn't listen, so I'm going to read it now.
Oh, great. Well, basically he's saying the more that the Doctor is involved with the plot, the better. That's what makes a good and unique Doctor, is if they influence the story more.
10 on Ruby Road would have been like, well, the baby's not me, so...
What?
He's got vanity issues.
Oh,
I see. It's not existing. Okay. What, am I supposed to agree that...
Can you imagine 12 on the rooftop as the baby flies off? I will get you home again.
I will get you safe. I will get you home again. Is that the safe?
The safe, I think, is when he rocks it. Oh, deep breath. What a classic.
I still don't get the question. I should have listened.
Oh my god, he's just saying...
It's a public holiday.
Connor's too perplexed by the name Wilfred Beaver.
Yeah, I was generally thinking about how I didn't see his reply.
The best Doctors are Doctors that are heavily involved in the plot, that they influence the plot more, is basically, okay?
Upgrade.
Rather than people like Jodie, for example, where quite often any doc could have been in the stories that she was in. Quite often you have, David Tennant, for example. Waters of Mars wouldn't be the episode it is without David being the 10th Doctor in that moment.
He's got vanity issues.
That's it.
Yeah.
Peek Up with Heaven Sent is an episode about that Doctor,
I completely agree.
Yeah, I upgrade that. Okay, and we got two here that fight against each other, so it'll be a bit of a face-off to say which one we agree with.
Sarah Glover.
Last one here.
Friend of the show.
Sarah Glover says 11 is the best New Who Doc, and Mr. Scarlo says 11 is the weakest New Who Doctor.
Mr. Scarlo, I've seen him in the in my live chats.
Go, Mr. Scarlo.
Is he a YouTuber?
I don't know.
Well, why would you write it in here if he's not? And Mr. Scarlo says 11 is... So he must be she's referring to him, which means he must be...
No. This is, like I said, this is two different comments.
Oh, that's not a quote from Sarah.
No, we got a quote from Sarah here saying 11 is the best New Who Doctor, and a quote from Mr. Scarlo saying 11 is the weakest New Doctor.
So I thought Sarah was saying, I've heard Mr. Scarlo say...
No.
Right, okay.
No. She's talking shit about Mr. Scarlo.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going on. To be fair, you did write it like it was a quote.
No, but I spoke it to you differently.
Okay. 11 is the best New Who Doc, and Mr. Scarlo says 11 is the weakest New... this is hard, because I don't agree that he's the best, but also I don't agree that he's the weakest. I'm shooting myself in the foot here.
You got to pick one.
I agree with Sarah more.
Yeah, I agree.
If I definitely agree he's definitely the best, rather than he's the worst. So, yeah.
I'd agree. I think 11's really great, and I think what makes him great, and this is, I guess, to Aaron's point in a way here. No, sorry, not to Aaron. To Wilfred's point about the Doctor being involved in the plot. I think what I like about 11 is how involved with the plot it feels he is, because so someone else made a point about 11. Oh no, it was Wilfred said 11 might be one of the weaker Docs because he has great character arcs, but he feels like a placeholder Doc at times. But I think 11 is a massive part of all of that, season 6 story and all that. He's one of the Ponds. It's a family, and so I think 11 is a really good Doc for that reason.
I watched Hyde the other day.
Did you hide afterwards?
Nah, it made me realise that nothing to do with Matt, but Matt's Doctor can be quite annoying sometimes. Especially I'm getting older. It does just feel like it was written for girls on
Girls on film.
No, not Duran Duran. What's that old website?
Pornhub.
No, not Pornhub.
Right.
What's that website where girls used to go on all the time?
MySpace?
No, it was
Tumblr.
Tumblr. It felt like it was just Matt Smith was written for Tumblr.
Yeah, Tumblr nerds.
Yeah, Tumblr nerds.
Yeah, I think sometimes as an adult you hear Matt Smith go, and Matt Smith's great, I love him, but there's sometimes you're like, shut the fuck up.
That is so true.
Just shut up, mate.
It's he's just so annoying sometimes in his episodes. Maybe because I'm getting older, but I did rewatch Time of the Doctor and I loved it, and I thought he was so great in it.
He's excellent. Connor.
Yeah.
Shock horror.
Beatles.
Doctor Who magazine covers come out, which always means shock and horror over on Twitter. This new Doctor Who magazine cover, it's made in the style of a 60s magazine cover. It's got 4 Beatles on there, the Beatles some say, as well as Shooty and Millie promoting the brand new season, episode 2, The Devil's Chord, Doctor Who with the Beatles. What do you think of this cover, mate?
Hate it.
You really hate it?
I think they don't look anything like the Beatles.
Bro, we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this fight out.
I don't. They look absolutely nothing like the Beatles. I literally don't know who's who.
Yeah, neither.
John Lennon has the glasses.
Yeah, I'd assume that one's Lennon, but the other 3,
but
no idea.
Come on, that's because he wore glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks nothing like them. I know for a fact the second I show my dad this episode, he's gonna be like, that looks nothing like the Beatles.
The Beatles? Well, who's who then?
Yeah, literally, exactly. You can't tell, okay?
Yeah,
I don't like the cover.
When we see them in their costumes and stuff, I think that we'll be able to tell a bit more. I like the style, replicating an old magazine cover. I think that's great. That's eye-catching. I hope we get more of this as promo for this episode. I think that'd be awesome for them to do a whole bunch of stylistic stuff that's Doctor Who does the Beatles. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose.
Other thing I want to say is, I'm fucking calling me Mr. Controversial over here.
All right, go on.
All right, it's sick. All right, I like I don't care that the actors don't look like the Beatles. Okay, just as Neither has really had a problem with Isaac Newton being played by someone that doesn't look like him.
You're referring to the colour of his skin, I believe, Aidan.
Well, no, I'm just saying that...
Racist.
I mean, that's the opposite of racism, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
But what I'm saying is that, like, you know, if we're okay with Isaac Newton being played by anyone, then, like, I don't really mind. The Beatles, they have the hairstyle. That's all that matters, really.
I suppose so, but the Beatles are so much more, like, recognisable than Isaac Newton. And I think...
I see that.
New people coming in and be like, well, it's just... Something doesn't feel right, folks.
The other thing I like is that it's very Doctor Who that these characters don't look like... No, the actors don't look like the characters.
And if that's what Russell's going for, then their mission accomplished. But I don't know if that maybe works. It could be completely different in the episode. You never know.
Yeah, there might be some reference. Time is changing. Changes. Maybe time is changing. Maybe that's why they use that song. And he's like, the Beatles? You don't look right.
Time. Yeah, maybe. You think that'll be it? It's like,
What if I stepped on a Beatle and changed history?
that's not going to happen.
Those two lines in the trailer are so stitched together. Have you noticed that? They're so stitched together.
You can really tell when you put in headphones with stitched together audio.
Yeah. Trailers are the biggest culprit of that.
What's wrong?
Yeah. And I bet you that sound effect is not in the episode
no,
either.
It's not.
That is just
you
in
can
the trailer.
tell. Like, you can tell when a soundbite is like louder than the original audio. Like the way they're talking, you hear the.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, just a dun 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 dun. I'm excited.
Niche jokes about the trailer.
I'm not. I won't rattle on about it too much in the review. I will mention it once and move on. But yeah, it could be. It could be on purpose. I honestly think Russell just doesn't give a fuck these days about shit like that. He's if you don't like it, then I have no time for you.
I think at the end of the day, just cast the best person for it. I think, and you know, I get it. I understand people like the Beatles. Like, people care a lot about the iconography of that. I do care about that stuff, like how they look. But like, they're not so far from it that it's offensive. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's worse things in the world than these Beatles not looking right.
Well, it's like, you look at someone like, you know, the Rosa Parks, the Shakespeare, the Nikola Tesla. Like, they were all like really great, but also looked like them.
Do you know what's insane?
Churchill was a great one. Like,
do you know what's insane? Is that I mean, those ones, they sort of do look like them, but also sort of don't. But I think one of the things with the Beatles is that we so know what these fucking guys look like. Yeah. Like, there's so many recent photos of them and stuff that they are embedded into our brains. It's like, you know, recasting William Hartnell as David Bradley now. There's the whole thing of like, that's not the same person. But we kind of let it slide. It's old Doctor Who. Like, at the time, not many of us had watched the first Doctor back then. But it's like, if all of a sudden we were recasting Tom Baker or David Tennant or something, then it would matter how they look, because that's so drilled into our brain.
Do you think Paul McCartney would tweet, just got done watching The Devil's Chord, thought it was fab, check it out, X?
I hope so.
Do you think he gives a fuck?
No. What I was going to say before was, what's insane...
I don't think he cares.
Have you seen the movie yesterday?
I went to the cinema to see it.
Cool.
I saw it yesterday.
How much John Lennon at the end looks like John Lennon? That's insane.
Yeah, that's he's the actor from Trainspotting as well.
He is, yes. Because a bit of crossover with Danny Boyle.
The one who throws the glass and then slams down the knife and goes.
He is so good in it as John Lennon, but also obviously he's got a lot of like hair and stuff done to him. But that's insane.
You just have to imagine. How was that?
Dun, dun,
it's like casting
imagine
it's like Winston Churchill and like fucking Tom Holland walks out, like someone's really skinny, like, and then like being like,
I don't think the Beatles is that bad,
but it's like, yeah, okay, I guess he kind of looks like Winston Churchill.
I guess if you sort of squint.
Yeah, it's like, really? Come on, man. Anyway,
I ain't mad about it.
I am.
Okay. Well,
well,
they're not really going to be in the Beatles in the episode, apparently. Anyway, so.
What do you mean by that?
Because they can't play their music.
I reckon Jinx Monsoon, the Maestro, is going to trap them.
Yeah.
Come on, Ruby, let's go save the day. Dun 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 dun.
All I want is there's a shot in the trailer of Shooty singing and dancing with a big crowd around him, and they're all singing and they're so into it and they're loving what they're
Have
singing.
you seen him with the guitar?
Yeah, that's great. All I want, and this is a huge one that will never come true, but all I want is that to be the climax of The Devil's Chord, and all I want is for them to be like basically recreating the ending of the Let It Be, Hey Jude, sorry, the Hey Jude music video. And everyone's like getting around and like da da da, and Shooty's like singing. Hey,
That's so fucking like predictable though and wanky.
Put it in my veins, man.
It's so.
I'm gonna eat it. I don't care if my ideas are bad. That's why I'm not showrunner.
Did Paul McCartney ever comment on Yesterday?
Hey, dude. That's all he said.
Is that what he said? Did he ever make a comment about it?
I don't know. I don't have.
You fucking love him. You went to go see it. You literally flew to another state to go watch him live, and you don't know that?
No.
No.
I don't know every one of McCartney's opinions.
All right. I would just love him to be like, just watch The Devil's Chord.
Banging.
I thought the person who played me is a splitting image of me.
Couldn't tell which one was me.
Yeah, I was like, is that me in the past? I told, I looked up in the sky and I said, Linda, you got to see this.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Linda McCartney, you know?
Yeah.
I eat her sausages.
Linda.
They're plant-based sausages. They're very good. She's a veggie queen.
Did you know that, Joe, what's a Linda reference in Love and Monsters?
Linda McCartney? Linda? What the London investigates in
Detective agency?
I like the I like the the
That's not a reference to Linda McCartney, but
No.
same words. All I'm saying is conspiracy.
Do you want to know my favourite Paul McCartney quote?
Hey,
If
dude.
slaughterhouses had glass
Walls?
if everyone would be a vegetarian. Go off, King.
Yeah. My favourite Paul
So it's
McCartney
cool when
quote.
Paul McCartney says it. When I say it, you roll your eyes and cringe.
My favourite Paul McCartney quote is, "Hi, Melbourne. Good to see you, Aidan. Love you over there. Love what you're doing." That's what he said to me in Melbourne.
Last time I was here, I said that I would be back. And now I got back.
Just for you, Aidan.
I got back. Now just the ladies. Na 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 na.
That was banging. Oh, mate. If
No,
you
just-
ever have
just-
the chance to see Paul McCartney in concert, you just got to do it.
Now just Aidan.
Na, na, na.
He hit it.
Hey, Jude. That was me.
Great.
Was that good?
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's move on to
That
The
was
Lost
great.
Boy, the Sarah Jane Adventures Season 1 finale.
Where are you from?
I don't know.
Up north?
Somewhere in the Britons.
Are you up north?
What is this accent? I don't know.
It's kind of
I've kind of lost it a bit, haven't I? Oh, now it's all gone all
You sound a
over.
bit like a Liverpoolian.
Now I think it's gone a little bit Scottish, isn't
sound
it?
like a- nah,
it's gone a wee bit Scottish.
There's a fine
all right,
line.
well,
Oh, a turkey tave.
The Wee Boy is the first series of the British science fiction television series, The Sarah Jane Adventures. That's kind of Irish now. Fuck, what's going on?
It's a fine line, man.
It first aired on the BBC channel in 2 weekly parts on the 12th and the 19th of November 2007. The episode was intentionally named after Dave Peltz's The Lost Boy.
What is that?
No idea. In the story,
Great.
Luke Smith, Sarah Jane Smith's adopted son, is allegedly reunited with the biological human parents, despite prior assumptions that he had been created by the Bane. However,
Fuck me.
However, the family is actually a disguised alien family of criminals called the Slitheen, who are attempting to get revenge on Luke for past encounters. Written by Phil Ford and directed by Charles Martin. Enough of that. That accent went on for way too long, and I hate that. Let's move on from that.
Biggest plot twist of all time.
I didn't know these fuckers were in this.
I love that. I was hoping you didn't.
About 1 minute before they rocked up, I thought, oh, who wrote this? And I opened up Wikipedia. The Wikipedia photo is the fucking Slovene.
Right.
And I was like, fucking hell. And then I looked up from my phone, the Slovene were on screen. And I was like,
Right, that is true. I'm looking at it right now.
fucking hell. Yeah, there you go.
You know, it says who writes it after the credits.
Yeah, but I missed it this time.
So,
So the Slovene come back. They want revenge. Also, what this thing failed to say in here is that Mr. Smith's the fucking baddie.
Yeah, that's a big plot twist as well.
I didn't see that shit coming, man.
I do remember him going bad. I didn't remember it being in this season.
He got back.
He got back. I am back. That's what Mr. Smith said, being evil.
I am back.
So was he evil the whole time? I was just like...
I was kind of a bit confused with that stuff, to be honest. Especially now that they've reset him.
They didn't really explain it.
Now that they've just reset him at the end, and it's like, oh, he'll be good now. Don't worry about it.
I was like,
I'm
what
sort of
about-
like,
Yeah.
season 2 finale, is he gonna...
Yeah, it's so it's like, and what about Mr. Smith? It's like, I reprogrammed him. It's like, how the fuck did you do that?
All right, Sarah Jane,
All right.
the keyboard queen,
All
we
right.
call her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'd watched
That's
this.
what everyone calls her.
I think I'd watched part 2 as a kid and turned it off.
You didn't like it?
No, I think it was on. Did you say it was on Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon in Australia.
I seem to remember like flicking on, seeing it was on, and so I flicked on Nickelodeon. This accent keeps sneaking back in now. Nickelodeon.
I went on Nickelodeon.
I went on the Nickelodeons and yeah, that was it was the scene when they're in the van, because I remember that when Luke's tied up and the little fucking rat kid is being like, "You fucking loser!" What is wrong with me today? These weird voices I'm putting on.
It's so it's like so dumb bringing up like niche things in the episode because no one's gonna know what I talk about. But like, there's a scene where that kid like they're trying to sneak back in. It's like. And there's like a security guard, and he's like, "All right, how you going?" He's like, "Shut up!" And he starts playing this like instrument, and the guy's like,
That's so funny.
and then he just goes on the floor.
I remember the scene with the parents talking to the security guard at the gate as well when they're in the van. So I remember that sequence, but I think I turned it off. I think I saw a minute and was like, I get it.
So you knew Doctor Who, but you didn't want to watch this.
Yeah, weird. I wasn't frothing at the mouth for it. Like,
Alright.
I remember, I think when season 4 came out, that was when I was like, oh, no, I should watch this. I love Doctor Who. But then, yeah, just...
I love how the Savine were a one and done villain in Doctor Who, but in Sarah Jane they're in it so much, and, then, and then the Blatherine come in.
Yeah, them blathering.
Biggest plot twist in history.
I remember you saying when we did the episode, what's the Revenge of the Savine? You said the biggest plot twist in Doctor Who history is the Savine not having to be overweight for the suits.
The fin, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a plot, but that was when
it was insane as a kid seeing that, because you're not expecting Savine, and then it's like I remember seeing that and just being like, yo.
All I can say, right, is my experience with this was so that scene was going on. There was like a scene with Luke and the parents. And I was like, all right, oh, who wrote this? Googling Sarah Jane Adventures of the Lost Boy. Oh fuck, the Savina in it. And then it was like one of those things where I went, huh? And there was like a shot of the 3 humans on screen, and I was like, huh? Oh, I know what's going on here. And then like instantly they like whipped open their things, and I was like, yeah.
It was an insane plot twist.
Yeah, it was. A little kid Savine's back. I love that little fucking rat.
Yeah, he's back from you killed my parents.
My parents.
I guess also it's kind of funny. It's like I got a new skin suit, but it's like, so does the voice of the person that you took continue on because he has a different voice because he's played by a different kid in Revenge of the Savine.
Don't you question it? Too many questions.
But if that is the case, then how come now when he has a different skin suit, when he takes off the skin suit, he talks like the new kid? He should technically still talk like the original kid.
Ross will be like, if you're going to question these things, I don't have time for you.
I don't have time for you.
I don't have time for you.
Russell's like, fuck, why don't I think of that? That's fair enough. I think they couldn't show the same kid, obviously, because it would give it away. Also, before I forget, it's so funny because it's a Slovene episode in Doctor Who where they filmed the Downing Street. Like, you know,
and they use it again in this.
It's the Downing Street
stairs. I noticed that straight away.
From Aidan to London, World War III.
Well, the very first thing that I thought was like, oh, this is the stairs where Trish gets picked up by the security guards.
The phone drops.
And then I was thinking, is that meant to be Downing Street? Because she's working for Howard Sackter, isn't she?
Who?
Trish.
Yes.
Martha's sister.
Yes.
So maybe that is Downing Street where...
Didn't she go off to like some fucking Downton Abbey kind of place?
What are you on about?
You talking about Sarah Jane or... Oh no, Trish is in Downing Street.
Trish, yeah, when she gets taken away.
She got boosted up, but it was because of Saxon to get her in there. Yeah,
I always thought that they were just like reusing the set there, like reusing the location.
Oh no,
I was like, oh no, it probably is Downing Street, isn't it?
Sorry,
Like-
I thought you were saying this episode is Downing Street.
No.
No, but it's
That'll
the
be funny,
same
though.
loca-
The Savina in Downing Street again.
Do they think that we're kind of like? Do they think like people just won't recognize that?
Yes.
Just reusing Doctor Who.
I don't
logo.
think kids were like, oh, I've seen that before.
I'm pretty sure
I mean, maybe one or two, mate.
just the dumbass fans like me.
Dumbass. So, curious. Have you always liked this one?
I'm curious as a cat. Meow.
Meow.
Yeah, I think it's a great final. I think this season's dope. I love it, bro. It's a roller coaster from start to finish. Luke Smith being what's his name?
His real parents are back.
What's his name in the? What do they call him? Not Clyde. They call him a different name. Ashley.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeffrey Stafford.
Jeff.
And yeah, he's like, me bloody son's been kidnapped. You know, it's funny. Sarah Jane gets arrested and she's allowed to leave, I assume, because of UNIT. It's like, you got some powerful friends. It's like, maybe, what if it was true and she did just kidnap her child and then UNIT's like, Sarah Jane's, do you think they had Harry Sullivan there being like, don't worry, she's a good old girl?
The big one that I thought in terms of like pushing the boundaries of what's real and what's not, and I don't know if this could happen or not, it might be able to happen, but when the police rock up to like take Luke and like Luke's Slovene parents rock up, and then there's like a 1 minute conversation and they're like, okay, Luke, let's get you home. And like, surely Luke has to like sit down and go to like questioning. Like, surely it's not just, all right, let's get you home, boy, after being gone for 6 months.
It is a kid's show.
Yes, you're right. Maybe they were, I don't know.
It is a kid's show.
You're the one that was like, they use the same location?
Yeah, and the Slovene voice is different.
Crazy.
Even without the skin suit on.
Don't you want to know what I think?
Did I not ask?
Do you think I like it or not?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what did you think?
Take a guess.
I think you liked it a lot.
Well,
Oh, no. Okay.
I did really like it.
Hey!
Yeah, it's not my favourite.
I really like it.
I really like part
I do
2.
too.
Part 1, I was a little bit like, it was good. It was like definitely a bit more of a slow burn for a Sarah Jane, which was good, I thought. But it didn't like,
Blow you away.
it didn't blow me away like some of the other ones have, where they're like, it didn't have, until part 2, I felt like it was maybe lacking a bit of charm that a lot of Sarah Jane has. And it wasn't drab or anything like that. Like, it was still solid Sarah Jane. I'll take solid Sarah Jane over a lot of Doctor Who. But part 2, like, turn that shit up. And it's so much fun. Fucking Canine versus Mr. Smith.
Yeah, K9 comes out. You haven't met my dog.
Yeah, which is a bit convenient. But,
Mistress
Mistress...
and Master, go hide.
And Canine and Mr. Smith just has a gun in him, so they're just
Yeah.
shooting each other.
Pew, 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 pew.
What's going on? The segment where it's like Sarah Jane, Alan, and Maria, and Mr. Smith whips out the gun for the first time, and it's like, this is epic. They do like they like turn up like the shutter speed on the shot as they're running out of the house, so it looks all epic as everything's being shot up in the attic.
I think that the biggest flaw of the episode is that it does end literally like the episode before does, where it's like there was a meteor heading to Earth in the last episode. Now it's the fucking moon is
Coming to Earth. They do this
now-
a lot, don't they?
Yeah, and there's always the BBC news reporter going, people are calling this the end of days.
People are dying. People are dying.
People are dying. People are dying.
I did think they need to shake things up in season 2, because season 1 there's always that kind of threat. Even in freezing the sun, which the Slovenes were doing the first time they were there. There's always some like larger threat going on. We've got the Sarah Jane template of the perfect cake that I was saying, where it's like you've got an alien villain, a human villain to complement it. But then the other thing that's getting a bit repetitive at the moment is there's always seems to be some kind of like industry or cult, some form of recruitment thing that they have to infiltrate at some point in the story.
Yeah, that Sarah Jane can go and like investigate.
Yeah, and I understand the need for Sarah Jane to go and investigate that, but we are just doing a lot of familiar stuff with this. And I think that was where in part 1 I was a little bit like, where's this going? We've done it all before. I like the stuff of Luke, because I feel like it's quite realistic to someone rocks up and it's like, oh, Luke's our son. Like, I think that's like a great thing to be like, Sarah Jane be like, oh, fuck, I did kind of just steal this kid. No questions asked.
And the idea is that it just believing that it was created by the Bane, which it was.
Yeah.
Which he was. But the idea that it might not have been, and there's a bit of an ethical thing as well.
Yeah.
You know? So there's that kind of thing.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, part 1 was good. Part 2 was great.
Yeah, I think it's a good final. I think it's a good season. I think this final is like I think it works. I do like how there is continuation with Alan now finding out all the shit about
Alan's the GOAT.
Barnum Road and stuff.
Alan's the GOAT. He should come on this podcast.
I would love for him to come on this podcast. Aidan's decided to get up and go for a while beyonder.
I'm turning up the brightness on the camera. The sun is setting.
And I like the continuation and stuff. I like how Clyde and Maria go to skip school. To me, this episode kind of has everything. I think I liked it more than you, but like I think this episode kind of just has everything. And I found it really. I watched both parts today, and I watched them both in a row, and I really do think that it's kind of got everything in my opinion.
I didn't love that Clyde was just stuck in Mr. Smith for part 2.
Okay.
Like, it felt like he didn't really have a lot to do, so they just shoved him away in Mr. Smith.
I'm in Mr.
Yeah,
Smith.
he did one thing. But, like, even then, that's like we're not watching him really do that thing. We're just watching Alan react to it on a screen. Because they got a lot of characters. And they're good, and I love this dynamic. It's great. But there always seems to be, like, one character that loses out per episode. And I think Clyde lost out on this one, which is a shame. But he does get to be there when everything's being shot and K9's fucking shooting shit. That stuff's great.
Yeah, K9 does just rock up and then fuck off again.
Yeah, it's so... he gets fucking banished back to the black hole.
Yeah, so is it just too much to operate K9?
I don't know, man. They just...
I don't understand why he can't just be chilling out.
I thought he would be in this series way more.
Yeah, I thought he could just be... Surely he could just be chilling out in the attic. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't necessarily have to come out
with the boys.
With the boys. But I actually don't think K9 is in it a lot. Like, I don't think he
no, I don't think he is, no.
It must... Maybe it is like a budget thing. Or just happen to have him...
Maybe it'll be a bit convenient if they had K9 following everywhere, because that's like... You know, he can solve anything tech. He can shoot...
Mistress, I am warning you about this...
K9's a fucking crazy dog.
Finn people.
I'm watching season 15 at the moment.
Yeah.
And K9's just shooting shit up. Fucking good.
Yeah.
I just love watching K9 just shoot the shit.
Yeah, I love K9. Do you think it'll just be hard, like, practically? Like, he can go across, like, long grass or something?
Yeah, I'd struggle with that.
How did they get him to go on a pebble beach? That wouldn't have been easy.
When did they do that?
He's on a pebble beach, right? You know when he goes in the water to chase after the ball and he blows up?
Oh, at the start of season 18, I think that is.
How did they get him to go on, like, a pebble beach? That wouldn't have been easy.
Put him in four-wheel drive.
You think so?
Yeah, he got some extra dogs in him for that
Just
one.
like... Isn't Romar just like, I'll go get the ball, K9? He's like, yes,
fetch.
mistress.
Yes, mistress.
K9!
You never have the fucking ball when I ask you, K9.
K9!
Yeah, RIP K9, back in the fucking void, mate. Good quote here.
Yeah.
It's only fools on horses with green skin and claws. That's Maria describing the Sabine to Alan.
It's only fools and horses with green skin and claws. So that's Del Boy and Rodney.
I think me and Alan will get along now because they describe them as like scavengers and they're like selling shit,
right?
Which is like basically what the boys in Only Fools and Horses do. Bit of intertextuality there, and yeah, I thought that was a fun little bit. I love any reference to that show. So
we'll split 50-50, 60-40.
This time next year we'll be millionaires.
Did that happen?
It does, and then
Really?
they lose it because the main ending of the show they become millionaires, and then they did like a small reunion for a few episodes, and they're not millionaires anymore.
They did a reunion episode?
Yeah, because they did. It was pretty cool. They did like 7 main seasons, and I think they always did a Christmas special in between most of those seasons. And then after that, they just did like one special a year for like 5 or 6 years after that. And they were cool. They did like a cool one called like Miami Twice. They went to like Miami to film it, and it was awesome. It's one of the best ones. They're all like really funny, and they're just like a bit bigger. And then they did like a trilogy to fully end it. And like that's it's great ending. And then they did like a comeback, like 3 episodes they did, like a decade later or something like that. And I remember quite enjoying them. I don't know what they're like now as an adult because this was like as a kid I loved Only Fools and Horses, but yeah.
They don't talk anymore, do they, Rodney and
Well, the actors?
Del Boy, yeah. Didn't they fall out?
I didn't hear there was any fallout, no.
Okay.
Maybe there is, but I don't know. That's so... I think this is such a far reach from Doctor Who, so many of our listeners right now are like, what are you talking
I
about?
feel like everyone knows that show, though. Even I've
everyone's heard of
never
it.
watched it, but I know very much about it.
You understood that
like-
reference.
Yes, I did, Captain America.
The best thing... Well, not the best thing, but what I loved at the end, the gang just hanging out, looking
It's
at the
so
stars.
cliche. It reminds me of like a end of a Jodie episode.
But I liked it.
You know, in the end, Jodie, so it's like, well, that's the thing in the end. The universe is so big and there's so many things.
And I'm socially awkward.
And I'm very socially awkward, but you never really know what you're going to find out there. And that's the thing, Graham. I keep telling you, I don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck about your cancer because my dog's stuck in fucking Costa.
And I've been telling you that for fucking months.
No, I know it's cliche, but it's a kid's show. I like them looking up. I like the little score. Dun, dun, dun,
They always
dun,
end it with that score, though.
dun.
Every episode ends with that fucking score.
It fucking put it in my veins, mate. I love it.
I think at this point I was like, okay, this series is getting a bit repetitive. I hope
then-
season 2 is not as repetitive.
Well, it can't be that repetitive, Connor, because all they did was reuse the same voiceover from the pilot episode.
It is.
It is. I googled it. It is.
It literally
And they-
is. I thought I was going crazy.
And they use the same shot. I think like that has like Bannerman Road looking up at the stars.
I had a feeling it was.
But I sort of thought, like, look at this gang. Like, look at us. Like, look how far they come. Even they got the mum in there, and like the mum, she's come a fair bit. She's still a bit
She
of a twat.
literally
but-
stitched up Sarah Jane. She calls the police on her.
Yeah, but she said, "It's the end of the world, Alan. I want to be with you and Maria." And I was like, okay.
All right, a little bit of character development there.
And so they're all there as a gang, and it's like, look at all these characters we've developed.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
Eat it up.
So good.
So good.
What's that from? So good.
So from Doctor Who,
Yeah.
can I have a season?
2023. So good.
So good. So good. So good.
So good.
So good.
It's Shooty.
It's
Fuck's
Shooty.
sake, when he regenerates. So good. There's... Okay. How did you find out it was the same voiceover at the end from the pilot?
I found it on Wikipedia, I think.
That is so funny. I genuinely thought it was, but I was like, nah, they wouldn't do that, surely. And they
Yeah.
did. Great.
What do you want to rate this one out of 10?
I'm going to give it... it doesn't sound like I liked it at all. I'm going to give it an 8, though.
Give it an 8? Okay.
When I watched it today, I really enjoyed it.
Fair play to you. I'm going to give it a 7, I think, for this one.
Fair enough.
I'm not logged in on the right fucking account, so it's not... There we go, cool. I'm going to give it a 7. You're going to give it an 8. Okay. We're going to flash forward to the future in a second once I've calculated all of these scores to figure out what our average rating is for the Sarah Jane Adventures Season 1. So we're adding them together to get an average of what we thought of the season.
Until then, enjoy these short messages.
Are you going to do a message?
No.
Okay, well, until then, it'll magically get a little bit darker in 3, 2, 1. No, you gotta click after I say 1.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll just cut off. Okay,
All right,
ready? 3, 2, 1. And we're back, baby. Okay, and just to disclaim as well, we are including Invasion of the Bane in with Season 1. So that was the New Year's special before Season 1, but we're including it all as one jam-packed season, okay?
That was the first episode of this year for us.
It was. Oh, how far we've come. So, all 6 stories. Cool. Cool.
Is that it? Only 6?
Only 6, man, across 11 episodes, one of them being 60 minutes. Okay, Connor, what do you think your average rating is going to be, and what do you think my average rating is going to be?
I think mine is 7.8 and yours is 6.9.
Okay. All right, well, Connor, you gave Invasion of the Bane a 6, Revenge of the Slovene a 9, Eye of the Gorgon a 6, Warriors of the Cudlack an 8, Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane an 8, and The Lost Boy an 8, with an average season rating of 7.5.
Oh, come on.
I gave Invasion of the Bane a 6, Revenge of the Slovene an 8.5, Eye of the Gorgon a 6, Warriors of the Cudlack a 7.5, Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane an 8.5, and The Lost Boy a 7, with an average score of 7.2.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. We're pretty close. I think we both really enjoyed that season.
It's really fun.
It is a lot of fun, man.
I always remember having fun memories of it.
Do you have a favourite and a least favourite episode of the season?
Favourite episode, definitely Revenge of the Slovene. Least favourite would be Enemy of the Bane. Invasion of the Bane?
Invasion of the Bane, yeah.
Invasion of the Bane, whatever it's fucking called.
I think I'd agree. I'd say Revenge of the Savine and Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane are my favourite two by a mile. I really like those two. And then it's like, you're probably looking at Warriors of the Cadillac, which I thought was good, but not amazing. And alongside The Lost Boy, maybe. Together, neck and neck. And then quite far down, you then got Eye of the Gorgon, and then a lot further down than that, Invasion of the Bane.
Right. Good season, though.
Cracking.
I guess we'll do season 2 whenever we get around to it.
We'll see what the goal is for that, but we'll resume some Sarah Jane content after season 1 of New Who's come out. So it's sad that we're not going to be watching The Gang.
Yeah, it'll be a while. I think it might be a while.
Yeah, a couple months, I think. Yeah.
But, so obviously we just started season 2 of Doctor Who as well.
But that's going to be on pause now until after.
That is 1964.
That is
season
correct.
2, yeah.
Which you referred to on the last pod as being 56 years ago.
Did I?
You did.
Was I wrong with that?
It's 60 years ago. Because it's the second season of the show.
Why did I say
1964 and it was the 60th anniversary last
honestly, no one should trust my math. I think that's the biggest mistake. Never trust my math. I failed.
Folks,
everything.
Next week, theories galore, mate. Next week is our season 1 preview episode. We're going to be looking forward to the brand new season on Disney Plus and BBC iPlayer, which is going to be freaking heckin' awesome, innit?
I hope so.
So that'll be awesome. Dropping at your usual time on a Monday, and then after that, all the crazy shenanigans will be happening as we get into the new season with instant reviews dropping, previews dropping midweek. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a good
Live
time.
streams will be back, I promise.
Yes, and I might even do some.
I've just been busy. I'm sorry, folks.
Be busy.
Yeah, be busy.
It's important.
Can we be too busy?
No.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So make sure you drop down what you want out of season 1, your theories, just anything season 1, write it down below, and we will get back to you. We will review your thoughts on the show, and we'll tell you how dumb and idiotic your opinions are.
Yeah. One question before we go. What's the most views you've ever gotten on a video before?
On the podcast?
Anything you've ever done?
I'm not sure.
Is it the Be Busy video?
Definitely not.
Isn't it the James Bond one?
No. I think my Good Omens.
The Good Omens
one, yeah.
Amazing.
Why'd you ask?
I don't know. I randomly just thought that.
Okay. Well,
okay.
There you go. And make sure you check out Connor's other podcast for a laugh.
Thank you. Aidan will be on. Xavier's coming on this week, I think. I think he's calling in live. He's going to be doing a live show, I think, on tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
I think so. Anyway, this is going to be out after that. But yeah, check it out. Thank you.
Lovely stuff. I've been Aidan.
I've been Connor.
And you've been...
the audience.
a sick cunt.
Just at the end, drop a
C. I can sneak that in. It's at the end.
It's Aidan and Connor's podcast.
We're going to the pub now.
Yeah, we are.
We're going
To the pod now. Just
a couple of boys walking down to the local pub.
Yeah, nothing weird about that. Now there might be after I just said that.
Yeah, now I'm like, all right.
Maybe there is something weird about it.
What if we accidentally touch hands as we walk?
It happens.
It does.
It
Just
happens.
a couple of besties.
It means you're gay. Remember that video?
Yeah, with Stephen Young.
Yeah, what
That's so funny.
was that about?
You are gay.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. I don't know the context. I don't want the context either.
You don't want the context?
No, I like it as is.
You might think you're not, but you are.
You are gay.
You are gay.
What was that accent?
Why are you gay? You're not saying that? Who says I'm gay? You are gay.
Who's that?
You're not saying that? It's like a news thing.
I don't know.
Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay?
Okay.
You are gay. Okay.
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 That was a great. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.